my friend Lee to pick me up for sushi this afternoon. I saw on Facebook that he was in town and that he had the afternoon free, so I had to jump on the opportunity to meet up with him. I actually haven't seen him in about 6 years, which is crazy because don't realize how much time has gone by until I guess the time has gone by. Make the time to see somebody because life gets in the way and life gets busy, and yeah, take that opportunity to make sure you nourish those relationships with your friends. I can't wait to see him, and he is a practicing yogi, so I think I'm going to talk about those kind of things with him, and hopefully he has something to share with you guys. I told him that you're going to be a yogi. How long have you been working towards that? Are you a yogi right now?
That's a big claim. I don't know if I could make that claim. I practice and I work at it, and I would call myself more of a practitioner, maybe one day I might be a yogi, but I think that's a pretty...
When you work at it, what does that mean?
Well, there's formal practices, postures, meditation, breathing, and then there's internal cultivation of certain attitudes, certain moods, certain thoughts. So I think you work with your mind, and you try to bring out your best qualities, and you try to dampen your negative qualities.
Yeah. And how long has this journey been for you so far?
Well, I suppose it would be, as soon as you're born, but I think officially it was maybe 14 years. 14 years.
What do you mean by as soon as you were born?
Well, I think at least I did. I think I got a sense of, what I was capable of, and that there was, more to being alive than just what was going on around me.
You've always been really deep. The first time I moved to Vancouver, you were there on my first yoga session.
Right.
Do you remember that day?
Sort of.
We were with Sean.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And I was trying not to fall asleep.
Right.
And you had those dreads.
Oh, the dreads, yes. Yeah, I do.
And I remember your calm, peaceful nature.
Yeah, but I don't think I was really doing yoga when I had those dreads. I think that was maybe there was a short time.
So what do you mean by really doing yoga? How does someone really do yoga?
Well, I think I think it's just like, how do you really do anything? I think you have to be totally committed to it.
Okay, so you can't just do yoga
total lifestyle. You can, but it's like whatever you want to do. You want to be a good poker player, or do you want to be a part-time poker player? Do you want to be a casual poker player? Do you want to be a elite poker player? So when I think of people who are, I consider yogis, I mean, it's eat, breathe, sleep, live it every moment.
Maybe
I can claim that.
Right. Okay, so is that what... Maybe I just didn't understand what the definition of a yogi was. So yogi is someone that's just completely 100% that lifestyle of practicing yoga.
I mean, I've always understood it that a yogi was someone who was very accomplished at yoga. Like, they were sort of at the end of the journey, not the beginning. I think it's changed now where, people call themselves yogis when they just start out, and whatever, it's just a word. But I've always understood it that, a yogi was sort of the, you were at the... Yeah, that's right. You're working towards becoming that.
Right.
You weren't that. Maybe one day you might become that if you stuck with it long enough, right?
That's how I kind of see it.
Yeah.
As well.
But at the same time, it's just a word.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. What day is your retreat?
Starts tomorrow, actually.
What's the retreat called that you're going to?
It is the Vijnana Yoga retreat. Vijnana is the style of yoga that I've been practicing, and everybody there is also practicing, is probably a teacher in that style. So it's kind of a little community retreat for the people that teach this kind of yoga.
How many different styles of yoga are there?
Oh God, I don't know. I mean, I couldn't even keep up. I mean, I'm hundreds.
Really?
I'm sure.
To just invent them?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure how many new styles are being invented now. I think there's probably enough of them out there, but I think the first generation of students that were part of the like the introduction to yoga in the West, but that studied in India, I think a lot of those students have developed their own, kind of branched out and developed their own styles, developed their own schools.
Cool.
And I think the teacher that I'm going to see, she was also part of that first generation.
Cool. Thanks for sharing all that with me.
Hey, no problem.
Okay, let's go have sushi.
Yes.
Bye.